Hi everyone, my name is Cassie Negron and this is my Tableau final project. First, I'm going to take us through the worksheets that I have. Right here we have our sales KPI. So through this, just for our data source and data set, it's going to just basically take us through our total sales. Right now we are showing our total sales for this current year, so this is going to be 2021, and obviously it doesn't show us our previous year. Well, it will show us our previous year. That's what this is. It's going against 2020, so the gray line is the previous year, and the green line is the current year. So let's go to 2022. As you can see, this does change, and I have a caption here that highlights what we have going on. And actually in 2022, we made more sales than the previous year. So we have a 30.1% increase from the previous year, which is actually really great. I do have a profit KPI as well that basically does the same thing, but with profit. So in this year, we are still in 2022. If we change it to 2023, we have a 14.9% increase from the previous year for the $94,000 that we have. If we go to our drill down chart, this shows us our sales and profit distributions across the product categories and subcategories. So for the subcategories for furniture, that shows the subcategories, and technology is just regular. This one you can also change. Right now we are on the furniture section. We can also go to office supplies, and that will show us exactly what we have in our subcategories for office supplies. Looks like everything looks pretty good here. The lowest one I can see is our fasteners. Let's say if we go to furniture, we can see that our tables, it's not the best as well. Furnishing is the lowest one, but it looks like technology is our carrying category that is making the most money. For our Pareto chart, it shows us the key categories contributing to total sales. This is a reference line here to show us what our highest profit can be made from our total sales with these categories. So our phones, like I said, in technology is probably the highest one. Next one is our chairs and furniture, which also showed us our subcategories right here. And that reference line just shows us what we have. And we have an 80% reference line as well. Going into our dual chart right here. Going into our dual chart, we have our monthly sales and profit trends. So we are seeing for our monthly sales, and this also changes when I show us the dashboard, but for our monthly sales, this is that one up here, and this is for the total profit. This is the bottom one right here, showing us what's hot. So November, we had a 37% increase. November to December, we have a 37 to 38% in our profit, which is really good. And for our sales, we had a 36.1K as our top one here. For the tree map, we have what's showing us what our subcategory sales and cost distribution is. So like I said, phones was definitely the highest one. You can see that it definitely carries those sales with a $330,000 increase for that. It's our sales. Now, what if we're going to our what if category? This is basically if we're designing our what discounts would be. So our discount rate right now is set at 1, but let's say we change it to 22%. The original profit never changes. So like copiers right here, this would be for the adjusted profit. It's at 21.5, and the original profit's at 55. So it looks like the original profit's a little bit better if we obviously have that discount rate. Of course, the discount rate's gonna be more, but it never changes. Like I said, for the copiers, let's go find that. Copiers it still has that 55,000 right there. Now for our forecast, we can see our total sales. I also included the MACE value, which is a negative 0.5. It's not a percent, but it's just that reflects a good model accuracy. The shaded region here represents the confidence interval for the forecast, and it indicates a project growth with some seasonal variation, and it looks like we're dropping right here, so it helps our managers really see. Now let's go to our story. This is the sales and profit performance. You can change everything here. You can go to chairs, and it changes the categories here. And I do have my recommendations as well. And if you also go to story 2, you can see that if I change the discount rate, it does change that one right here. I believe if I click this one, it does change a little bit about what we have going on for each one here. It shows us our categories. They were all filters, and I do have my recommendations for the same thing. But it shows us how we can improve for the forecast. For the future, I separated it for future growth and sales impact for future growth. And then for the story 1, I changed it for sales and profit performance overview, what we have going on. So this shows us our copiers, obviously. For that profit's lower, and for the sales, it's definitely lower too. but it does show everything there. And that should be about it. Thank you so much for watching.